Good evening, Aries. Welcome to your new moon in Scorpio, first half of November forecast for the month of November 2021. I am recording this forecast on the 6th of November, Aries, and I want to share with you, planetarily speaking, that the new moon in Scorpio, which fell at 12 degrees, for you Aries, it fell in your 8th house. So Aries, you're looking very deep within, and you're recognizing, I think, that there's some inner work needed to transform arenas within yourself that I would say you need to honor, really honor what you're feeling within. And it's really important to try not to delay in reviewing these arenas. Mars, the planet of aggression and war, but also positivity, creative, positive, and strong energies when used in an elevated fashion. And also the ruler of your sign, Aries, is also in this 8th house. So you're possibly facing some fears, within yourself, and in doing so you're transforming and releasing them, which is what the 8th house is all about. It's indicative of, death and rebirth, metaphorically speaking, and practically speaking as well, but in this case particularly metaphorically speaking, as I always focus on when it comes to the 8th house, because it's the house of diving deep within our feelings. So a lot of you Aries are really facing your fears, and you're doing so in a way that you can transform them and release them. And that's very much what the 8th house allows you to do, or asks of you to do, and very much so at this time with the new moon in Scorpio falling in this area for you. These areas may, that you're releasing and transforming, they may include also, power and control issues, even intimacy issues. So really important area to delve deep into as to, how you can help heal these areas within yourself. And, how in healing them, how they will actually help you envelop them. So that's something to cogitate over. Also, the 8th house has to do with your taxes and money and assets. So a lot of you practically are taking this time to look at that, breaking away from control issues or being controlled by how you view money. And that's really important, and how you view other people's money, which also would include inheritance. So some of you Aries might want to, release some of the tight hold mentally and or physically that you have with respect to money, and feeling insecure about what the future may hold, and to know deep within yourself that the universe will abundantly bless you when you continue to work with the universe. So really, really important arenas that you're delving into for some of you Aries that are doing that at this time. For a lot of you Aries who will be doing that, later on, as all of you are born at different times and different dates and different places. So how this plays out for you, energetically speaking, and as far as the planet activity is concerned at this time, will be different, but the messages are very powerful and very strong and are the same. So really, really doing some deep diving here, Aries, and as far as what this new moon in Scorpio is asking you to do within your 8th house, and to do it in a positive way, not in an aggressive fashion. Now, to commence for the balance of the first half of your November forecast, with these energies of the new moon in Scorpio that we just had on the 4th, let's take a look at your oracle and tarot energies, Aries. Thank you to all of you Aries who are with me this evening. I apologize for the delay. I had my modem blew up on me. I was in the middle of recording a bunch of videos in the last few days, and having not saved them, and then the modem went kaflooey, I guess was due. It was over 10 years old. So now that I have a new and replaced modem, I can get back to work. So thank you for all of you who have been patient with my forecasts forthcoming. But Aries, back to you. Let's take a look at your energies that you've been playing out with here in the recent past. You just had a beautiful Aries full moon on the 20th of October, 27 degrees in your sign. It was an aggressive full moon, and the message at that time was to use that full moon energy wisely and positively, because it was a pretty harsh full moon. So hopefully most of you, if not all of you, did indeed do that, and that it has, you know, been a positive harvest for you, Aries. So this all being said, let's lay out your energies here, Aries, and see what's coming up for you for the first half of November 2021 with this new moon in Scorpio falling in your 8th house. First card out, we have the eel spirit, in your most recent past energies, where it is indicating that there's been, you know, a need to bring your ideas to life with respect to perhaps a work-related scenario, which I think a lot of you did. Some of you haven't yet been able to do so. You were hindered. There were delays. There were frustrations, but I think ultimately you came through that beautifully. So not a bad energy, just an energy of, you know, feeling frustrated, and that could have to do with what this new moon in Scorpio is providing right now, to delving deeply into, you know, your 8th house, and you know, wanting to bring your ideas to life, and perhaps just needing to do a deep dive to find further clarity on how to do that, Aries. That could be very much what this energy is indicating. In your current forthcoming energies, beautiful, we have the eagle spirit, and here you go, Aries. Spirit has your back. Look, you're flying strong and high. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I hope you can see this beautiful eagle. It is the numerical number of 23, which reduces to a 5, and 5 is, of course, symbolic of change. And a lot of you, Aries, are going through some changes. So that is beautiful to see. And you know, by having done the deep dive in your 8th house, that spirit indeed has your back. The universe is upholding you, and you are flying forward, Aries, strong and clear. No headwinds for you, Aries. Looks like you've got a tailwind. Now, your current energies, Aries, we have the koala spirit. I hope you can see how beautiful this card is. It is the numerical number of 35, which reduces to an 8. And 8, of course, spiritually is the symbol of the infinite, or the omnipresent. Now, it did come up in the reverse for you in your forthcoming energies, and it's you know, needing to remind you that Spirit has a plan for you. And you know, having delved deeply into this 8th house energy, as I mentioned earlier with the planetary energy portion of this forecast, you know, you're not quite sure what the plan is for the future. And you know you want changes. Perhaps some of you, you know, want to delve deeper into transforming, you know, your working environment and or your home environment, and you know, wanting to make plans for the future to do so, but you're just not quite sure how to move forward. And this card in the reverse is reminding you that you need to trust in the changes that are going on deep within yourself, and allowing the future to unfold as it should when it does. I apologize, Aries, I had to step away. So as I was mentioning with the koala spirit, you just have to trust that the universe has a plan. Even though you don't know exactly what that plan is right now, which is indicated here in your forthcoming energies of feeling a little bit upside down, not knowing, you know, which way to go. It's not about knowing that right now. It's about knowing that everything is as it should be at this present time, and working with those energies in such a fashion, and knowing that tomorrow will unfold as it should as well. So that's the very strong message that I'm getting here for you Aries, for a lot of you Aries that are resonating with this, which I'm hoping you are. It's just really, really important to know that Spirit has a plan, even though you don't know what that is right now. And that's what this energy in the reverse is asking you to be reminded of, because you're feeling very frustrated, because you don't know what tomorrow and next month is going to hold. None of us do. That's why it's so important that we live in the present and make the very best of every moment that we have, because we don't know what tomorrow holds. And part of going, deeply into the 8th house, as this new moon in Scorpio is asking you to do, is to help you to clear out that from the past, which has perhaps hindered your ability to see the future. Even just in your own inner eye. So bear that in mind as you're going through this very deep and transformative time. It can be very painful, but it's very necessary, because that's how ultimate healing manifests itself, Aries. So please don't forget that. Now I want to clarify these energies with the Rider-Waite Tarot. Let's take a look at your recent past energies of bringing your ideas to life. Perhaps some of you Aries have been delayed in doing so, with respect to if this is a creative project of some nature, and or even personal ideas and bringing them to life. There's been some delays in doing so, and that's because it appears that transformation is required within yourself to be able to do that. And that's what this 8th house is all about. And again, that's what the new moon in Scorpio is asking you to do. It's not always comfortable, and you're not alone. We have all been there and continue to experience. It's not what happens, it's how we navigate through it. So bear that in mind as well, Aries. So let's clarify your recent energies. Oh, and there they all go flying. That was a kerfuffle of cards. All right, let's try this one more time. Slippery deck. Oh, this one wants to come out. In the upright, the Empress, beautiful. Major Arcana, Aries. I'm feeling that this is you carrying this energy, Aries. It's learning from the experiences that you've gone through, the challenges that you've gone through in the past. It looks like a lot of you have been already delving into that inner healing, that inner work of the deep 8th house, which is Scorpio's house. It's the house of transformation, where Scorpio is right now in its own home. And of course you're being asked to transform along with this by diving deep, Aries, and it appears as though a lot of you have been already doing that, and now you're just sitting back and you're allowing your ships and the newness to come in. You have the heart of the divine deep within you, which has upheld you, knowing that Spirit has carried you. You have beautiful new beginnings here in the offing with this beautiful lotus blossoming, a lot of abundance with all this green, indicative here of all this green. And you're just sitting back and you're resting and diving deep, and that's beautiful. That's a confirmation that you are, a lot of you Aries are and have already been looking deep within yourself and transforming, that which has hindered you in the past, healing it and letting it go, which is beautiful to see, Aries. Now, to clarify the Empress, we have the Magician in the reverse. Now, for some of you Aries, it's been a difficult transformation. The Magician is the alchemist in the upright, and is able to transform, alchemize everything very magically, and has all the tools with which to do that. The Pentacles, the Swords, the truth, the Sword of Truth, the Pentacles indicative of the finances and the resources, the Cup of Love, and the infinite number of the number 8, which is the spiritual omnipresent. A lot of you are allowing that to come in, have been feeling some frustrations with the delay of that, but realizing that it takes time to shed the old skin, to have the new skin grow, and can be very painful, just like reptiles when they shed their old skin. It's very painful, but it's necessary for growth. And that's what the Magician in the reverse is suggesting, that for a lot of you Aries, it's been a painful process. A lot of pain and you know, hindrances from the past energies within your inner being, your most deepest self, which only you know about, Aries, for those of you that are resonating with this forecast thus far. Now, looking at your current energies, where a lot of you are transforming and are in the throes of beautiful healing, and knowing that the universe has your back and that Spirit has a plan, here you are. Spirit has your back and is allowing you to fly forward. Beautiful, 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 with the changes you want to make, as indicated again by the 23 numerical digit, which reduces to a 5. To clarify that eagle spirit, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Now, the Queen of Wands in reverse is a queen of fire, as indicated by the wands. She's a action-oriented individual, very beautiful action-oriented individual. And it could be that some of you are harnessing the energy of having difficulty transforming the ego, having difficulty letting go of some past energies, which again is playing off of this Magician card. It's been difficult for some of you to let go of the past. When the Queen of Wands is in the reverse, she's typically operating from a lower vibration. So you really want to stay away from that. You really, for those of you Aries that this is resonating for, it's important to allow the deep transformation to happen so that you can move forward with that which you desire, by Spirit having your back, so that you have the strength to fly forward. And let the ego go. The Queen of Wands in reverse is low vibrational. It can be very indicative of ego. It can be very indicative of, standing in your own way, wanting things your own way, having issues of control. These are all the areas that the new moon in Scorpio in your 8th house is asking you to transform, which isn't easy, Aries. So, there's no judgment here. Well, we all go through it, each and every one of us, because you have to remember we're humans, we're spiritual beings having human experiences on this planet, and this planet is not easy. But this is the planet of, remembering and learning, and welcoming that which the universe wants to give us, which is positive and everlasting. But in order for that to happen, we need to let go of the ego. And that's what this card in the reverse is indicating to me, that a lot of you are having trouble letting go of control. Control is ego. It's really, really important to release that. Just to know within who you are is all the universe needs for you to know. And then will help you to soar forward, because Spirit has your back. So let go of the control issues, Aries, for those of you that are resonating with this, however that applies in your life, personally or professionally. It's really, really important to not come from a place of control or ego or power tripping. Very, very important. I'm not saying that you're doing that. I'm just saying that those of you that are resonating with this could be part and parcel of what's causing delays and hindering you and making you feel frustrated in allowing all the goodness that wants to come to you by the Spirit in your recent past energies. Don't stand in your own way. Don't betray those beautiful energies that want to come to you. Allow them to be alchemized so that you can turn this Magician around and have it envelop your current energies, as well as into your future energies, where you're needing to remember that Spirit has a plan, even though you don't know what that is. Let go. It's really, really important to let go, Aries, of that which you can't control, nor do you want to control. Really, really important of how that resonates for you. Apply that to how it resonates for each of you, because for each of you it will play out differently. But the message is very, very clear here. Now, the Queen of Wands in reverse is supported by the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is in the upright, and it's indicating that a lot of you Aries, or some of you Aries, are being, I would like to say, wanting to celebrate, but concerned in celebrating that which is unknown to you, which again is playing into this issue of control and not remembering that Spirit has your back. The Four of Cups is a feeling of a lack of reciprocity, but as indicated here by the hand of the divine, is still wanting to give you that cup of new beginning, that cup of love, that cup of fulfillment, that cup of positivity. And that's really important to focus on as you're going through the changes that have been difficult for you Aries to let go of. Past issues, recent past issues, circumstances, whatever and however that resonates for each of you Aries. Allow the goodness to come in by releasing that which is unhealthy. And again, however that resonates for each of you Aries is going to be different. Only you know what that means for the scenarios that are unfolding in your life. But it's very clear here with the energy that you are being reminded that Spirit has your back, and here's the gift of Spirit to you, which you are looking directly at. So don't be too concerned about these three cups that are still positive. They're in the upright and they're full. But just don't be in such control to get this fourth cup. Let the Spirit give it to you. And be reminded that Spirit has your back, even though you don't know how what you're desiring is going to unfold. It is coming to you, as indicated here. Very interesting reading. Now, to clarify the koala spirit, the koala spirit, where you are being reminded that in spite of the transformation you're going through, Spirit does have a plan for you. You have the Two of Cups in the upright, and again, genuine reciprocity of love, support, positivity, beautiful greenery in the background, indicative of resources that are blossoming, as indicated by the foliage here. So remember that Spirit has a plan for you, Aries. Even though you may not know exactly what that plan is, Spirit has a plan. And to clarify that, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is in the upright, indicative of an air sign energy. And it could be that some of you Aries will be receiving a message. Probably a very profound message, either from an energy within this physical realm or within, the spiritual energy within yourself, by having gone deep within, to help you clarify what you need in order to move forward very strongly and very abundantly. So again, for a lot of you Aries, this could be work related. It could be with respect to a negotiation, a contract within your current work environment, or perhaps a new project forthcoming within your working environment, and you're really welcoming the information. This is a very strong, supportive queen, and she is in the upright, so this is very positive. So Spirit indeed does have a plan, even though you may not be able to see it right now. It's definitely showing itself here with this very strong Queen of Swords energy. So whomever this might be, it could be even a coworker that's helping you transmute something or transform a project to be more positive for you or for the environment within you with which you work in. Let me clarify that, Queen of Swords. Yeah, we have the World. Boom. This is beautiful, Aries. So whatever you're working on, Aries, whatever you're creating, where you've been having, to really dive deep within yourself and allow the spiritual realm to transform, past wounds, past hurts, personally or professionally. You're very much doing that, and you have the spiritual support of reciprocity here. You have an energetic symbol of another individual, another energy coming in here to also support you in the creation of a new project that is going to feel like you're on top of the world. This is all in the upright. This is all positive for you in your forthcoming energies. So this is absolutely magnificent to see however this is resonating for you, Aries. A lot of you are just really looking forward to making changes and enveloping a new world. Even a move for some of you, you might want to move away from the areas with where you live, creating a new beginning, and this energy might be a person that's helping you to do that. But it's very strong, it's very supportive. A lot of you, Aries, are allowing the spiritual realm to help you dive deep in knowing where healing is necessary for you to be able to renew yourself. Rejoice within that renewal, knowing that Spirit has a plan in spite of the fact that you might not know what that is yourself right now. And as a result, you are given the world. And this is just beautiful. A bit confusing, bit of a confusing reading even for me, but I'm hoping that for those of you that are able to sift through this reading are resonating, and that it will be applicable and helpful to you, Aries. Now I'm going to clarify this first half of November forecast with the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. Let me just put these back. Very interesting and strong, deep reading, which I guess isn't surprising considering that this new moon in Scorpio is in your 8th house, Aries. Very, very transformative house. It's the house of death and rebirth, taxes, money. This, I feel, is very much indicative of not only spiritual transformation, but a transformation within your working environment that would, of course, also affect your home environment, and seemingly very much for the better, because these are all in the upright. You have spiritual support. You have a support of a very strong energy here that is helping you. This could perhaps even be somebody that you speak to in a form of counsel. That is very supportive of you and provides you with a lot of strength and reassurance to create the world that you desire, Aries. This is beautiful, just beautiful. So I want to clarify this forecast for the first half of November with one card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. And let's see what we have for you, Aries. One final overall message for Aries for the first half of November 2021. All right, what do we have for Aries? And the card that came out is the Goblins. Wow, Aries, look at that. The Goblins in the upright is beautiful, actually. I'm seeing this very positive because, again, the numerical number is the number 5. Probably a difficult card to see because this card is naturally very muted, so I'm not even quite sure how to hold it. Maybe like that is easier for you to see. But, it's showing the goblins in the dark of the woods. And to me, this would be the 8th house that the new moon in Scorpio for you, Aries, is falling in your 8th house, the house of transformation. So here you are in what feels to be a dark place, which the 8th house can feel like, totally. And as you are transforming that which needs to heal, that, you know, these goblins are helping to bring to light. The light of the divine is shining through the darkness and is helping you to heal and transform, you know, the pains of the past, personally or professionally, and how they've, you know, those energies have reflected themselves in your current life. And of course, the number 5 is helping you to change that again, the number of change. So this is a very beautiful and very supportive of what you're going through here spiritually, and as far as your transformation and your healing is concerned, of, you know, old wounds from the past. Knowing, even though you're frustrated, knowing that Spirit has your back and has a plan for you, but in order for you to see that plan where you can, you know, rebuild or build your new world as indicated here, you've got to go through the changes in the 8th house. You've got to let the 8th house transform you, heal the pains of the past, which take time. It's not going to happen overnight. Healing pains of the past take time, but the light of the divine is shining through to your heart, Aries, and to your soul, and that's going to help heal and transform those pains of the past. This is really, really beautiful. Very deep, difficult reading for me, actually. It was difficult for me to decipher, but the more I look at the energies and the symbols of these cards, the more I get it. So I do hope that through perhaps some convoluted, or perhaps it's not the word, but perhaps what appears to be, you know, confusing interpretation, that you were able to decipher along with me through this forecast, Aries, and apply it in the areas of your life where it resonates. For each of you, it will be different, as I mentioned earlier, but very interesting reading, very deep reading, very transformative and healing for me as well to look at a forecast of this nature. And wow, congratulations for those of you that are navigating through this as smoothly as possible, because it will be truly life transforming and ultimately very, very healing and you know, beautifully prospered on so many different levels. You just have to go through the changes right now, and they can be difficult and they can be challenging, but a lot of you Aries have been already doing that and are coming through it. And congratulations and kudos to those of you that are making the effort, because that's all the universe asks of us, is to make the effort to do and give our very best, and the universe will do the rest. So don't forget that, Aries. Thank you for bearing with me through this reading. It was a difficult one for me. I wish you extra special blessings from the universe. Congratulations to those of you transforming and continuing to transform and bringing in all that which you desire, which is a new world, a brand new world, totally supported by the spiritual plan. God bless you, extra special Aries. We'll see you soon. Good night for now.